If I were to describe this past week of my life in one word, it would be brick. You know, I've been removing bricks, throwing bricks, cleaning bricks, stacking bricks, photographing bricks, everything in between. But let me give you some context. So for the past 3 months, I've been working on this house. There it is. And I have a chimney to remove. Why remove the chimney, you may ask? Well, there's not a whole lot of square footage in this house. It's pretty small. So you gotta fight for every last bit you can get. And this chimney is definitely putting up a fight. So on the first floor, the space gained from this chimney being gone is gonna be where my fridge is gonna be in the kitchen. And up above that, there's a super tiny room that's gonna be used as an office, but removing the chimney provides some extra closet space. Finally got a full face respirator. This is gonna be nice. And I wanna tell you just a little bit about this chimney. You can see they already patched the roof and took down the top portion a long time ago. And when they did that, they just threw all of the bricks and all of the rubble down the chute of the chimney for someone else to deal with. And unfortunately, that someone else is me. So as we're taking this down, we need to kind of scoop out all the rubble from the middle and then take the bricks off and just go layer by layer as we take this thing down. The store is just getting in the way, so it's about time we got rid of it. You got it? Nice. Careful on the steps. After a bit of excavating, we're ready to take the bricks out. And it's interesting that there are these 3 flues. I didn't think that there was a fireplace on the first floor in this chimney. There wasn't really evidence of it, but it looks like that's the case. Maybe one from the basement, one from the first floor, one from the second floor. They are just filled to the brim with debris. Oh. Pretty cool up there, right? Oh dear. Day 3, taking down the chimney. More of the same, more rubble, more bricks. Let's get to it. Now that there's a little bit of clearance here, maybe I can use this little shovel to get some of the debris out. We're gonna see how well that works. we've definitely accumulated a nice brick pile here. Now I'm taking a break from my fun job of removing the bricks to sort the bricks. So many of them are pretty bad. This is an example of a brick that we definitely want to toss. It's just porous. They call them salmon bricks. They're not fired as long in the kiln, so they have this very yellow color. So these are trash. Let me find a good brick, few and far between. And I think that a brick like this might be worth keeping. I think I want to go ahead with my plan of keeping some of these to lay them out in this back patio area. They're not paver bricks, so they very well might crack. It might look awful in 5 years, but for now I'm willing to take that risk, and it's just a good way to reduce my waste here. So with that, I'm going to spend a lot of time just sorting through these, hopefully making a nice stack of good bricks. After about an hour of sorting, we have a nice pile of decent bricks. And one unfortunate thing, I don't know if I just felt this way because it was a lot of work or if it's true, but the good bricks always seemed to have more mortar stuck to them, which kind of makes sense because the porous ones just kind of disintegrate away, flake away, so the mortar doesn't have anything to stick to. So I've been chipping off all this mortar. And now onto the bad brick pile. You can see we have plenty of bad bricks. In some ways it feels like a waste to stack these up because they're going to the trash anyway, but the bricks that were here were only about a quarter of the chimney, and we have 3/4 left. I mean, these bricks are just gonna fill this backyard. So to save space and stack them up as I go, I think is gonna be a good idea. And honestly, I'm wondering how I'm ever gonna get these bricks out of here. It's really tricky because there's not a lot of street parking. So to like have a truck pull up and put on the hazards and load these, I mean, loading all the bricks at the end of this is gonna be probably hours. So I think I have to wait until I get a dumpster to get rid of these. So for now, I'm gonna be living with a whole lot of bricks in my backyard. I want to take a break from this chimney to talk a little bit more about design. In a previous episode, I did some renderings for the first floor and a walkthrough of the kitchen and the dining room area, but I'm equally excited for a new home office. I run my own business, so having a workspace where I can print, package prints, store all the packaging supplies, and also do things like building models and other creative projects that I pursue is really important to me, and I'm excited to have a new space to do this. First, I want to show you my current setup, how I've laid it out, and how I want to design the new studio. So here's my current studio. I think the first thing you can notice here is it's really quite small, but let me show you around. So I love having all my frequently used tools up on the wall, and also a cool way to display things. Got my printer. This is a Canon Pro 100, and this is a closet. You can see how this big desk is set up. These tables were too long to fit in the room, so I actually had to slide them into the closet, and then I flipped this closet door up to create some storage. And this is hanging from the ceiling with chains. I really love the look of just having a floating door up there. Right here is all the quick access to the printing supplies. So when I make a print, I can get my mailer, cardboard, little plastic sleeves, I have my printer paper. So having all this organized around the printer is essential. These are big 6-foot by 2.5-foot packaging tables. They're actually from Uline for product packaging, so it works great for packing prints. And underneath, I have these Alex drawers from IKEA, and these hold all kinds of stuff. Tape, art supplies, electronics, you get the gist. And over here, this is the Bamboo Labs P1P 3D printer. It's incredible. I actually got it to build a model of my favorite skyscraper, the Carbide and Carbon building. And I can't wait to use 3D printing in the new house to add detail and ornamentation and just custom design to the house, but that will be for a later phase of the project. I also have some scrap pieces here. There were a bunch of dresser drawers on the street and I disassembled them. You can see here like the dovetail joinery, and I love to reuse materials, and I'm gonna show you what I did with that dresser. Up in my kitchen, this used to just be the side of the cabinet, and then there was an ugly end of this Formica countertop, and it's right when you come up the stairs that you see it. So it was a bad first impression. And I salvaged the front drawer panels of that dresser, as well as another drawer for the top piece here. It's not perfect. It's kind of weird how there's a gap here, But the project was entirely free because it's all reused scrap material. So the new studio is going to be up on the 3rd floor. The big perk of this new house is extra space. The room is going to be much bigger. My favorite feature of the new studio is definitely going to be the skylights and the lofted ceiling. These skylights will bring light all the way down to the 1st floor through a big light well. And I love houseplants, so I'm excited to make it like a jungle up there because there's going to be so much light. Here's a plan of the 3rd floor. The back is going to be my bedroom, then there's a bathroom, you can see the light well, and then towards the front of the house is the new studio space. I'm gonna have a pretty similar setup with these big packing tables and maybe do some overhead cabinets for extra concealed storage. And then on the other side of the room, I'm going to have my desk set up, and I hope there's gonna be room in the final design to also have like a couch or some chairs or just a place to lounge and relax. So of course, the most important part of any home office setup is the desk. And that's why I'm excited to announce the sponsor of this video, FlexiSpot. These boxes behind me, you might have seen them in some previous videos in the background. And they have something very exciting inside. It's the FlexiSpot E7 Plus. It's a standing desk, which I'm really excited to integrate into my work process because I spend a ton of time on the computer. And I've already made some upgrades to my setup for longevity, like using an ergonomic mouse. And this new desk will be a great addition to have the option to stand to reduce back pain and just make for a healthier workstation. So the first step here, of course, is assembling the desk. Okay, we're ready for assembly. The assembly is complete, and I think this is probably the nicest thing in my entire house. Everything else is trash. And with how sturdy this thing is, it could pretty much be used as like scaffolding through the construction process. I mean, look at the reach on this thing. If I have to change a light bulb high up, I gotta take down some plaster ceilings, this thing could come in handy. Brings me basically all the way to the ceiling. I'm really not lying when I say this thing is built like a tank. The weight of the legs and the weight of the whole assembly really pretty much unmatched to any desk that I've had. There's definitely no like vibrations or wobbling happening with how sturdy this thing is constructed. The E7 Plus standing desk has a weight capacity of 540 pounds, and each of these legs has a 3-stage design, meaning you get an incredible range from the lowest setting all the way up to the highest setting. Now I just need to finish up everything that surrounds the desk, basically my whole house, and then we'll be in good shape. I want to thank FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video. They're running a Black Friday sale right now with a lot of great deals. They have an incredible selection of standing desks, plus ergonomic chairs, and even some small home appliances like vacuum cleaners, air purifiers, you name it. If you're looking for a durable frame for premium use, I would definitely recommend the E7 Plus standing desk. They have a special offer. You can use the code you see on screen. It's also down in the description box, and you can get $50 off of your E7 Plus standing desk. So I'm really excited personally to change the way I work utilizing this standing desk, and maybe you'll consider doing the same. All right, we're all geared up and ready for another riveting day of chimney removal. I purchased myself yet another box of trash bags to take care of all the debris in the middle of the chimney, and let's get to it. There's no shortcuts, you know, it's just kind of straightforward, brute force. The bricks have got to go.
The part where I get to take out the bricks is much more fun than the rubble part. Quality brick right here. Boy, I love bricks. They are the light of my life. Whew. Chilly outside, but I'm working up a sweat. Oh boy.
I made some great progress today. It is heavy work, just lifting bricks up and down the stairs. I'm gonna call it here, spend the rest of the day sorting the bricks. I have a good feeling that a lot of the bricks I pulled out are gonna be pretty good. And I think with what's left, like in the middle here, I'm gonna need to scoop all this stuff out because I could just hit this with the sledge, but then all this rubble is just gonna smash onto the floor. And the floor, there's a header right here where the chimney is. So the floor is just kind of especially bouncy. So every time I like drop a brick, you can really feel it. So I don't want a whole avalanche of rubble falling onto the floor. So let's run outside, sort up some bricks, make some nice piles. I think I'm pretty close to halfway through the chimney because it's 2 stories plus like a half story at the top that got taken down. So even though I'm not done the second floor, it's about half. And boy, it's a lot of bricks. It's a whole lot of bricks. I want to give you a quick update on the bureaucracy, the permitting, the GC license, all of that. So I submitted my information for the GC license about a week ago or so, and finally I heard something from the city, and I don't understand. So I submitted all the required documents, and their comments were, for one of the notes of like the insurance I submitted, they just said remove the jargon from the description box. Long story short, there's like a drop down to select which of the criteria you're submitting for each PDF you upload, and a description box, which I don't know what that's for. I just reiterated like this is the general liability insurance. They said remove the jargon. Okay, it was just a description of what the PDF was. And then they said upload a combined PDF, which none of the requirements were to combine all the separate requirements. So they're not asking for anything additional. They're just asking me to repackage it. And now I have to wait another week, whatever, so it goes. Now on to the building permit and zoning permit. I submitted an amendment for the zoning because I already paid $1,000 for that permit. So if I have to just retract it and do a new one, that's a waste of $1,000. Luckily, I think that's due tomorrow. They should give me a response. And if they say no, it's gonna be really annoying because I could have just submitted new plans 2 weeks ago. If they say yes, I save $1,000, and once that zoning is good to go, I can submit for my building permit. So if they say no on the amended zoning permit, I have to resubmit, wait a week, get that zoning permit, then submit the building permit, wait a week, hopefully get the building permit, but it might be a couple rounds of review. So I'm probably looking at a December start at this point. It's a shame how much this has delayed the project, but hopefully one day we'll be moving forward. Okay, so I just filmed that permit bureaucracy update thing, and I have a new update. I was just on the train coming over to the house to keep going on this chimney, and I got an email that said my zoning permit is ready to issue. So that means they accepted my amendment. And when I had the meeting, it was kind of up in the air whether my changes would qualify for an amendment, but this is great news. Saves me $1,000 from having to resubmit it. Now I have to deal with the building permit, and I have 2 options. One is to pay the additional $1,600 to issue that permit and then hope that I can amend that permit. Alternatively, I can just resubmit a new building permit. Each of these options has some pros and cons. The one thing I'm scared of in submitting just a new building permit is it's a toss-up of who my new plans reviewer will be. And really with inspections and plan reviews, you're just at the whim of your inspector or your reviewer, and some are more friendly than others. So I've kind of built a relationship with my current plans examiner, and my first round of permits went pretty smoothly. So I would like to just stick with that permit. Now the problem is I need my GC license to be able to issue the permit and then get it amended. and it might be another week or something until the city processes that. The other issue with going with the option of just amending the permit I have is there's a chance the amendment won't be accepted for the building permit, and I can withdraw my current building permit. I only paid $400, and then if I resubmit, then I'd just lose $400 and have to pay $2,000 again for the accelerated review. But the downside, if I try to amend it and it's declined, then I'm in $2,000, and then I have to cancel it and give another $2,000 to the city. So I gotta figure that out. We'll see. I gotta think about it. The other thing is it's finally getting cold, and it's like 45 degrees out in Philly right now, which means it's 45 degrees in my home because there's no insulation anywhere. So it's gonna be crazy when we get to the point where we can demolish all these walls, and it's gonna be like mid-December, hopefully. It's gonna be cold. We're gonna see. But I'm very excited for when that day comes that I can finally get a crew in here. I can finally get a dumpster. We're nearing the end of the bureaucracy. Can't wait to be done. Okay, the next thing I wanna do, as I've been collecting all these bricks, I've been thinking about it, I want to do something similar to the nails. If you're watching this video, you already saw it in the intro. Just bricks. Want to photograph some bricks, showcase the variety, showcase the difference between them, the color changes, you know? I love bricks. That's what we're here for. So I'm gonna collect a few to photograph and probably do them right here with my old floor as a background. Yeah, maybe photograph a good like 30 bricks or something. I've already moved them around so much, stacking them in the backyard. So what's a couple more moves? Bringing 30 bricks in here and then back out. Let's do it. Bricks, 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 bricks. You can never have too many bricks. We love our bricks. Did someone order more bricks? We got delivery bricks. All the bricks you could ever imagine, right here. Bricks. Is that enough bricks? That'll do. Let's say that's enough. Enough bricks. You can never have enough bricks. We got 6 more fresh bricks right here for you. Now we gotta get our photos set up. It's just gonna be a top down. Use the light from the window. Easy enough.